Why do Christians struggle with money and idolatry? Have you ever wondered why money can be such a tricky subject for Christians? It's a topic that stirs up a lot of emotions and thoughts. Money plays a vital role in our lives, but it can also lead us down a path of idolatry if we are not careful. Many Christians find themselves in a tug-of-war between their faith and their finances. Money can easily become something we trust in, rather than relying on God. The Bible teaches that everything belongs to God, and we are simply caretakers of His resources. This idea can clash with our natural instinct to see our possessions as a source of security or identity. When we start to view money as our safety net, it can quickly turn into an idol. This is especially true when we prioritize comfort, status, or control over our spiritual values. The Bible warns us about this in verses like, "The love of money is a root of all kinds of evil." This shows how dangerous it can be when money takes center stage in our lives. So, how can Christians navigate this struggle? First, it is essential to recognize that all resources come from God. By understanding that we are managers and not owners, we can shift our focus from accumulating wealth for ourselves to using money to honor God and help others. There are several biblical principles that can guide us. Acknowledging God as our ultimate provider is key. Trusting Him to meet our needs instead of relying on wealth can help keep our hearts aligned with Him. Practicing good stewardship is another important step. This means budgeting wisely, saving for the future, and avoiding unnecessary debt. Generosity and tithing are also acts of obedience that reminded us to keep God first in our lives. Cultivating contentment with what we have is vital too. When we learn to appreciate God's provision, it helps counteract greed and the desire for more. Additionally, submitting our financial decisions to God in prayer can help us align our spending and saving with His will. Ultimately, the struggle with money and idolatry is about where our hearts are focused. When we fail to view money through the lens of biblical stewardship, it can lead to anxiety and misplaced trust. By following biblical financial principles, such as tithing, living within our means, saving for future needs, and giving to those in need, we can maintain a healthy relationship with money that honors God. In the end, Christians struggle with money and idolatry because it can easily replace God as our source of security and identity. By applying biblical financial principles, we can manage money as a sacred trust from God and keep our focus on obedience, contentment, and trust in His provision.